The Russian invasion of Phuket. Now, if you've been to Phuket recently, or maybe you're living here, you probably notice that there are a lot of Russian people here right now. Now, the first point that I want to make before people start diving in the comments, this isn't a video about Russian bashing, okay? I don't think that so many Russian people being in Phuket is a bad thing. In fact, if I was a Russian male who was going to be conscripted to go and fight in a crazy war led by some psychopath, I would be doing the same thing. I'd be trying to escape Russia as well. And I've spoken to many Russian people all over the island who don't agree with what's going on there. So I get where they're coming from, and I also think that they're bringing to the economy. I know a few people who own bars around the island who get big crowds of maybe 20, 30 Russian people going in, and they spend money, guys. They like to drink, they like to party, so they're bringing money to the economy as well. However, there are three knock-on effects of the Russian invasion of Phuket that I'm going to talk about in this video. And the first one is the price of rental properties. So in order to get a property, if you want to rent a property here in Phuket, you usually have to go for a 6 or a 12-month contract. And the prices of these contracts has really gone up. Something that you might have paid, let's say 30,000 baht for 18 months ago, before so many Russian people started coming, you'll now be paying 60,000 baht for. You know, they've literally doubled. Over where I live in Katu, I've seen properties go from 40 to 75, 80,000 baht. Now, one of the reasons for this, it's obviously supply and demand. There's more people coming to the island looking to rent long term, but also what I'm hearing is a lot of wealthy Russians are renting loads of properties on long-term leases. So they're renting 6, 7, 8 properties on maybe a 5-year lease, and then they're advertising those properties in the Russian language on Marketplace, on Facebook, etc. And they're breaking it down to 6 months, 12-month leases, and obviously they're going to be making a profit on that. So they're subletting all of these different units and running that as a business model. Now, as a result, the rental prices all around the island have gone up significantly, yeah? So that is the first real knock-on effect. The property rental prices have gone up because of this subletting game that's going on right now. The second effect is the effect that it's had on education visas. Now, a lot of people who come here in the sort of short term, you know, 6, 12 months, will go for an education visa, which means learning the Thai language. And with your Thai language course, you get an education visa. Now, it's a great way to learn Thai and spend a bit of time in Thailand. Now, several schools here in Phuket purely were dealing with Russian clientele. So they were coming in, they were selling them visas, and so here a lot of people weren't even attending the classes, okay? If you're in Thailand, you probably know the deal with education visas, right? Now, the government in Phuket and elsewhere in Thailand, they got wind of this, that people were abusing the education visa system, and they tightened down on it. So now the requirements are a little bit more tricky to get an education visa, and the cost has gone up all around Phuket and all around Thailand, so I'm led to believe. So if you are looking for an education visa, it might be a little bit difficult than it was a few years ago. So that's the second effect, guys, the effect that it's had on visas, or education visas specifically. And the final effect that the Russian invasion of Phuket has had is the roads. Yeah, the roads here in Phuket are absolutely crazy right now. Super busy, loads of crazy drivers all over the place, more so than I've ever seen in the last, 11 years here in Phuket. I've seen it get busy at high season, but it just seems to be hectic all the time now, driving around the mall looking for a parking space for like 20 minutes. Now, the reason is, obviously, there's more long-term Russian residents here. I heard a figure the other day, I don't know how accurate it is, that there are 600,000 Russian people living in Phuket. I mean, if you're watching, let me know. Does that sound accurate? You know, who knows? Who knows? There are certainly a lot of Russian people, and like I say, that's having the knock-on effect on the roads, which, well, you've got to keep your eyes peeled there, guys. A lot of people, a lot of tourists driving around with no licenses, and that again is opening up a lot of checkpoints around the island where the police are capitalizing on that. They're pulling people over, asking for their license, they don't have one, and that's 500 or 1,000 baht in their pocket. So that's the final effect, guys. The roads are hectic right now. If you haven't driven a motorbike before, be careful out there, guys. You don't want to be one of those people who's asking for a GoFundMe campaign to get you back to your home country. Make sure you get insurance as well, guys. That's super important. All right, so just a little bit of a short video, but I wanted to start doing more of these talking head videos. A lot of the videos I've done recently have been real estate based because I've started to get involved in the property game again, but I'm going to start giving you guys more of a day in the life of somebody living in Phuket, share information like this. So if you did enjoy this video, guys, and you want to connect with me, you can join my free Facebook group, Thailand Expats and Digital Nomads. There's a link in the description to join that Facebook group, as well as a bunch of other useful info that you might find helpful, an ebook that I put together, and a free online business training if that's something that interests you. With that said, guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.